Sip Rajendra, Sip connecting to audio, Sip Deepa, Sip Raju, Sip Parutiyama, Sip Tina, Sip Bliko, Sip Sangam, Sip Ru Mataji, Sip Sudeep, Sip Krishan, Sip Girish, Sip Ansul, Sip Sagai, Sip Bliss, Sip Krishna, Sip connecting to audio, Sip Chandra, Sip Sangamji. And I am yet to, many people are still trying to log in, and I hope they will log in soon. My dear friends, today is a Valentine's Day special. Atmatray, I am inviting, and Prashant, administrator. Today's topic is Prema Yoga. Prema Yoga, because today is, to me, today is not Valentine's Day. Today is Prema Yoga Divasa. Prema Yoga Divas. Prema Yoga Divas means that today is a day of divine love. Today is a day which is beyond just Valentine's. So what is this? What is the difference between Valentine's Day and Prema Yoga? So today is a chance for you all to understand, to say what you understand first of all. So I'm asking you the question, do you understand the meaning of Valentine? So is actually today what you call Valentine's Day? So what do you say today? You tell everybody, Happy Valentine's Day. I don't say Happy Valentine's Day. You know what I say? I say Happy Divine's Day. Happy Divine's Day, because today is the day not of Valentine. Today is the day of divine. Do you understand it? What do you understand? How does the Valentine become divine? This is the subject of today's discussion. Who would like to start? Yes, please. I'm only inviting the main name, but you please take over. Rajendra ji, bataiye. Unmute.
Shivam, Guruji.
Namaskar. Bataiye.
Valentine's can be a stage in a consciousness stage when we realize that God is not an entity or any person or even or any person, but it is the super consciousness in everything, everywhere. When we realize that I am not I, you are not you, no body, no mind, and no ego. But in everything, there exists finite as infinite. We start loving everything around us. This is called Prema Yoga. And the stage on this day, we can call it Prema Yoga Day.
But how do you start loving everything as Prema Yoga? You use the word everything. No.
Everything. Okay.
No.
When I am seeing mahi, wo bhi main, everywhere it is.
Yeah, but Prema Yoga is for the Atma. Prema Yoga is not for everything. It is for every jiva.
Because my language abhi develop nahi ho rahi, sir. My language develop nahi ho rahi because I am new to
maybe you do so, but you should wait for the people to see. Prema Yoga is the yoga of divine love. Today is a very special topic. Today is, I don't know if you've heard the bhajan. One bhajan says, Tum hi meri ruh ho, tum hi meri zindagi, tum hi mere pran ho, tum sab kuch main kuch nahi. So this is loving the soul as the divine.
Soul to soul.
The ruh. Ruh means Atma, the Ruh. How do you love the Ruh? So there are many bhajans. I don't know if you've heard the bhajans, but hopefully over the next 30 minutes, if the Prema Yoga mood is there, then the bhajan will come out depending on the topic. Let us hear Samatma and Krishna. Samatma and Krishna. Any newcomer, please open on your video for us to invite you on the mic. I see Suvinay. Please switch on your video. Yes, Samatma and then Krishna. Thank you.
Shivoham.
And then Suvinay. Shivoham.
Prema Yoga is between soul to soul, the connection between soul to soul. And in Prema Yoga, it is like, I need you because I love you. It is not vice versa. Otherwise, usually love is selfish. And this Prema Yoga, when you, it is like, it's not just a thought or just peace. Actually, you experience it from within. It's like a fountain of joy coming out from within. And at that time, you are united with the Lord, and you see sipping all. You are able to experience that soul to soul connection and see sip in all.
Beautiful.
And you are actually intoxicated with that love and bliss. It is just overflowing. overflowing out
See,
of you.
Rajendra ji Samatma used the key word. What word she said? She said intoxicated. वो भजन सुना आपने? वो भजन में कहता है प्रभु के प्यार में ऐसा एक नशा है, प्रभु को प्रेम करने में ऐसा मजा है, प्रेमी में जो प्रभु पाता मस्ती में जीता है, प्रेम योग में जीता है, आनंदा में जीता है. This is what Samatma is saying. प्रेम योग से मिलता निर्वाणा, प्रभु के प्यार में ऐसा इंटॉक्सिकेशन. प्रभु के प्यार में ऐसा इंटॉक्सिकेशन. This is divine. AV. Okay, good. Ramat, anything more to add?
And really, I wanted to say, like, to experience this, we have to actually try to still our mind so that you are in that silence. We are cutting off the external noise, and you're
Beyond
going
that,
with
Samatma,
only then you
Samatma,
can-
there needs to be God realization. For
Yeah.
experiencing Prema Yoga, you may try to experience Prema Yoga, but if you want to really have Prema Yoga, then you must have God realization.
God realization.
When you see, it can be even God realization in a bird. I had a little dog, and that dog used to kiss me 50 times a day. The dog is no more, but that dog was magic. That dog was one of my premies. That dog was such a divine beloved of mine. Oh, if I travel for 3 days, she won't eat food for 3 days. Huh? Very difficult for any premi to be like that. That if I travel for 3 days, the premi stops eating food for 3 days. So this is a deep thing. Okay, Krishna and Suvinay. Yes, Krishna and Suvinay. Yes, please. Krishna. And any other points you have, Samatma, you can come back. Vijay Kumar? Yeah, Evi.
Yeah,
Krishna,
yeah, good evening, sir.
good evening. Yes, Krishna. Are you familiar with Prema Yoga?
I'm sorry I didn't get you.
Are you familiar with Prema Yoga? Because it's the last
No,
year's
I'm just
topic.
I'm trying what I understand by Prema Yoga is more of a bhakti, but I think these are all in steps. For example, first we like the person and it is full of limitedness in liking. I like him, I don't like him. I like him because he has a sense of humor. Then I start loving in spite of the fact that he is short-tempered. I like because of and love in spite of. And then a higher stage came. Even love has its limitations. That's why we have to tell somebody, I love you. And when you are in devotion, this wording, this gifting, nothing is required. You are one with your beloved. That is, I think, divine love.
Okay, let me explain to you. So what you say is correct, but Prema Yoga is beyond that. The world knows the 4 states of yoga. For those who are new, including Suvinay, who's next on the line, the world knows the 4 states of yoga. Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. If you Google, you will only find 4 states of yoga. But if you Google AiR Prema Yoga, you will find the 5th state of yoga. Because I discovered the 5th state of yoga. The 5th state of yoga is being in union with the divine through Prema. How do you love God? Bhakti Yoga is different. Bhakti Yoga is praying to God. Bhakti Yoga is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. This is Bhakti Yoga. But Prema Yoga is different. It is loving God in his manifestation. When you see, इंसान में ही भगवान है, भगवान नहीं आसमान में है, So then you start loving your beloved as God. You love your beloved as God. That is Prema Yoga. Then there is no question of anything. Krishna, then let the beloved do anything. If my beloved becomes a shaitan, if my beloved becomes a shaitan, I will still see the Bhagwan. Why will I still see the Bhagwan? Because I will see my beloved as divine. This is Prema Yoga. This is the beauty of Prema Yoga. Prema Yoga is very divine. Once I was writing a bhajan on Prema Yoga, and sometime when my divine was shaitan, so I told my divine, अब समझा मैं इतना प्यार तुझसे क्यों करता रे प्रीतम मेरे समझा मैं तुझ पे क्यों मरता रे ओ तुझ में मुझे रब दिखता तू मेरी देवी है तू मेरी रूह है प्रीतम प्रेमी भी देवी है तुझसे होता है प्रेम योगा. Because of you, O divine, I am united with my Lord. Oh my divine, you are not my Valentine, you are my divine, because through the divinity in you, there is unity. Through the divinity in you, there is unity with the divine. Through the divinity, there becomes unity. Thank you, Krishna, but you can ask more questions. We are now going to Suvinay. Suvinay, I have not seen you before. I think it's the first time you're asking a question. Please ask a question.
Yes, sir. Today only I have joined this group. And
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. I'm so honored to be a part of your family.
It is our pleasure. Please tell us your question, sir.
Sir, this is not a question. This is regarding what you said about Prem Yoga, and this is what I'm speaking from my very limited source of knowledge and from my limited source of experience.
Yeah.
Yoga means union.
Yes.
And Prem is love.
Yes.
And we all know that we have masculine and feminine energy between us.
Yes.
Which we call yang and other names too.
Yes.
So
yes.
It is a union of masculine and feminine energies, and we channelize in such a way that we reach to our higher self, and our higher self is God, supreme beloved, and that is divine. So these, when we are able to channelize our system through love is the instrument which helps to bind both these two energies and elevate us to reach our higher self. Then we come to know the God realization through self-realization.
Correct. What you say is very correct, but I want to make one small change. Prema Yoga is beyond the masculine and the feminine energies. In the beginning, there is definitely masculine and feminine energy in the mortal form. But Prema Yoga is from soul to soul. And the soul has no gender. The soul is not masculine or feminine. So in the physical form, you are 100% right. It is a union of masculine, it is the union of testosterone and estrogen, the two hormones in a human being. But Suvinay, when you go to the level of Prema Yoga, you see beyond the skin. You see beyond the body. Then the love is from ruh to ruh, from soul to soul. Okay, I hope I've communicated.
Definitely, Guruji.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Wonderful explanation, Guruji. Thank you.
Like this call is every day at 8 o'clock. So please join us. Okay. Rekha Parwani, thank you. Rekha Parwani and Ru Mataji.
Shivoham AiR.
Shivoham.
I wanted to say this, that it is beyond skin, bone, and mind. Prema Yoga is Ruh se Ruh kya milan, not tan se tan ka milan. When we reach that, beyond
Very
that.
good. Very good. So yes, it is definitely beyond skin. Huh? So we sing that song. No? तन से तन का मिलन हो न पाए तो क्या रूह से रूह का मिलन कोई कम तो नहीं. We change it to रूह से रूह का मिलन. Okay, anything else? रूमाता जी.
शिवोहम प्रणाम गुरुजी.
शिवोहम बताइए आपका फेवरेट टॉपिक है.
This is my favorite topic. And Guruji, I can only say this, Valentine love is about hugs and kisses, whereas divine love is from रू to रू. उसमें तो यही होता है, तुझ में रब दिखता है, यारा मैं क्या करूं, तुझ में रब दिखता है. We can see God in anybody, can be friend, can be parents, anybody whom we love from soul to soul.
Beautiful.
And it
In
is
fact,
white love, pure love,
in fact,
divine
Rumataji,
eternal love.
Rumataji, the real Prema Yoga is not only seeing love in anybody, it is seeing love in everybody.
Yes, Guruji.
You are able to love without any differentiation. You
Yes.
treat everybody with divine love. Of course, that does not mean that your Prema Yoga to your beloved is ordinary. Your beloved becomes a goddess. Your
Yes.
beloved becomes a goddess. And that love becomes very divine. But that love is not limited to one person, because every soul is a manifestation of the divine.
Yes, Guruji. And it doesn't matter whether somebody is apart from you, whether he is abroad or somewhere else. You can love wherever you are to him or her.
Divine love, Prema Yoga is wireless.
Yes, Guruji.
Prema Yoga is wireless. It doesn't need wires.
Yes, Guruji.
Okay, Bliss. Thank you, Ramataji.
You.
Yes, Bliss.
Hi, Shwaram dear.
Shivoham, tell me.
Please. I would like to know.
Happy divines, happy divines.
Yes, happy divine.
Tell
One
me.
on the beautiful song you have there. It's a song you have already sing. It's Tu s'affole, mera et tu aimé, remenzil, tiri, bina, guzara. Il de handshake, tu mera kuda, tui dua menshamel, tiri, bina, guzara. Il de handshake.
Wow, wow, wow. Can you believe Bliss is a French girl, and a French girl is singing a Hindi song, which is a divine song. She says the song is Tu mera khuda, tu hi to meri manzil, tere bina guzara, जीवन है मुश्किल तुझसे दूर हो के मैं जी ना पाऊं, तू ही मेरी रूह है, तू मेरी जान है, तू है तो इसलिए मैं हूँ, तुम बिन तो मैं हूँ ना कुछ, तेरे बिना गुजारा जीवन नामुमकिन. Beautiful, Bliss. You remember the song? It is so good. I am so happy. You are one of the true Prema yogis of the divine. You are one of the blessed, one of the most blessed ones. And I know, for those of you who are new to this call, Bliss lives in Canada. And Bliss is on this call for the last 2.5 years. And she has been following our message for over 5 years, she says. How, I don't know, but from the time I was speaking, she has been following. And she is so dedicated. She is so devoted. She is so dedicated. You can see she doesn't know English properly. She struggles, and she doesn't know Hindi or Sanskrit, but she sings a song. This is a mark of divinity. This is a very good Bliss. Very, very good. I'm so happy. Anything more you want to ask? Anything? Or you over? Bliss. Anything more you want to ask? She's unmuting you. Yes.
Just this song is very from the earth, and it's like the divine and someone, and it's really so tender and everything. It's really a
Okay.
beautiful moment.
Very good. Very good, Bliss. She understands the deep meaning. Prema Yoga. Prema Yoga. Next is Krishna. Prema Yoga is the yoga of divine love. You know, for those of you who are not so familiar, it is very difficult to be a yogi. It is very difficult to be a yogi only with dhyana, bhakti, karma, jnana. What about the rest of the time when you're talking to people, when you're living in this world? So I found Prema Yoga. When you see the divine in one and all, you can live your life all the time in Prema Yoga. And Prema Yoga makes every day a Valentine's Day. A true Prema Yogi says, today is not Valentine's, every day is Valentine's. This is the attitude of a real Prema Yogi, right? So they don't only celebrate one day as Valentine's Day. Every day is a divine day. Okay, Krishna.
Shivam Guruji.
Shivam, sir.
In Western culture, the people are too busy that they have specified this day as a love day or Valentine Day, and they make it a kiss day, a hug day, all these days. But in our culture, I see that there's a Prem Yoga between Radha and Krishna. That's Prem give Radha that ultimate gold, and even their soul become one. Ru se ru ka milan. According to me, that is Prem Yoga.
Absolutely right. See, Krishna, what you say is correct. But what is God realization? I think it was even our newcomer, Suvinay. He's an advanced person, obviously, Suvinay, because Suvinay talks about how we go from self-realization to God realization. So Suvinay is not somebody who is new to the subject. And when you go from this state of self-realization to God realization, which he mentioned, what is that state of God realization? Krishna, that state of God realization is God is not in the skies. These are lies. God is everywhere. God is in everybody. When my little dog comes and wags its tail like this, it comes and hugs me and it loves me. God is loving me. But we are waiting for God. We are waiting for God. How many of you know that story? That man was praying for God one day. He was praying for God, praying for God, praying for God, because he used to pray every day. Then there were floods. There were floods, and all the buildings in the whole city became full of water. So he went to the terrace. He was praying on the terrace. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, I'm praying for you. Then one man came in the boat. One man came in the boat and said, come, come. Now the water is going to go over your terrace. You will die. Come. So he said, no, 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 I'm praying to my God. He will come. Then after some time, the water went above the building and helicopters were throwing ropes for him to catch. They said, come, come, hold. He said, no, no, my God will save me. Finally, he died. Then when he went and met his God, and he told his God, what, you failed me. I was waiting for you to save me. I was waiting for the water to go and to save me, but I died. God told him, you fool. I came to you as a boatman. You refused. I came to you as the helicopter pilot. You refused. See, so this story tells us God is in everybody. God comes to us in different forms. But this is Prema Yoga. Prema Yoga is the ability to realize God in one and all. When we realize God in one and all, then we go in that state of Prema Yoga. So this is a deep subject. Okay, so who's next? Is there anybody else who has questions or clarifications or want to know more about Prema Yoga? Otherwise, the session is open to any topic. When we finish questions on this topic, it is open to any topic. Anybody can ask any subject. And those who are new to Prema Yoga can ask about Prema Yoga. Chandra. Yes, Chandra.
This question is somewhat a combination of yesterday's topic and today's topic.
Yes.
A roadblock for enlightenment could be, we have some roadblocks for enlightenment. And today we're talking about Prema Yoga on the occasion of Valentine's Day. So when it comes to companionship, we feel the necessity of companionship. So is that a blockage of enlightenment?
No. It's not a blockage of enlightenment, but the problem is this. The problem is when the ego seeks companionship with one person, and that lack of companionship creates a frustration that stops us from self-realization. So when we realize, if as long as I think I am this body, mind, ego, I want companionship. But when I think I am the divine soul, then I find companionship in one and all. There will be a beloved. There's no harm in there being somebody as a special companion. But the lack of that person does not create frustration. If lack of that is creating frustration, that means the soul is not activated in us. So you understand the point. There's no harm in having a best friend. There's no harm in having a girlfriend. There's no harm in having this best friend, girlfriend, mother, father. All these are key relationships. But a person who has reached self-realization and God realization, he doesn't get deprived of this. And if we don't go beyond the body, mind, ego to see the divine in one and all, then it can become a roadblock. I hope you understand. Suppose a guy says, no, I need a girl, I need a girl, I need a girl, I need a girl. Then that guy becomes, I need a girl, means I'm caught in that ego mind, right? Then how will I be able to go beyond this? That means I'm caught in a false identity. Then it can become a roadblock. But having a girlfriend is nothing wrong, provided you see your girlfriend not as a girlfriend, but as a goddess. You see your Premi as a Devi. Then it is beautiful. I hope I've explained your point. So it is not a roadblock, provided you are not enamored by the skin. If you're in love with the skin, then it's a roadblock. But if you're in love with the divine that is within, then there is no roadblock.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are now going to Krishna Atmatre. Krishna.
Yeah, I have a small clarification required,
Yeah.
because you said it is a fifth yoga, right?
Yeah.
But
Fifth state of yoga.
fifth state of yoga.
There's only
Okay, let me make
yoga is only one. Yoga is so just to clarify. I don't know whether I should interrupt or you want to finish your question, but just to tell you, yoga is union with the divine, and we can be in union through dhyana yoga, or we can move to bhakti yoga, or we can move to karma yoga, or we can move to jnana yoga. There are 4 states of yoga, and prema yoga is the 5th state of yoga. Now your question.
This was exactly my question. I was thinking, even the karma yogi also, after realization, this prema, I felt, is it a natural outburst or a natural fountain which springs out once he realizes God? Or is there a separate method like prema yoga? Because in Gyan also they say gat vasi. Ek bar then you have to grow to that state of realization. So a separate method like prema yoga, this was a question I had.
No, see, so Krishna, the moment you realize God, the moment you go from self-realization to God realization, what is self-realization? Self-realization is, I am not the body, mind, and ego. I am the divine soul.
Right.
And God realization is every soul is Sip. So if you remember, we spoke about I am the soul. The soul is Sip. I am Sip. Sip is all.
Everywhere. Yeah.
So now, how do you behave when Sip is in all? Then, when you're in Karma Yoga, you are serving everybody as Sip. You're not serving them as the body. That is Karma Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is not praying to the statue, but praying through the statue. Dhyana Yoga is being united in the meditation with the divine that is omnipresent.
Yeah.
And Jnana Yoga is this Gyan, that everything is Sip.
Right.
And Prema Yoga is the yoga of love, loving every soul as you are loving God. So it is a state of yoga. So you move during your day of 24 hours, you move, you don't fall into bhoga. So suppose, Krishna, I fall into Prema Bhoga. Now, Prema Yoga can easily become Prema Bhoga. Suppose I am infatuated. Suppose I am sexually infatuated, not with God, but I am sexually attracted to the skin. That is Prema Bhoga. That is
Right.
not Prema Yoga. Now, in Prema Yoga, there can be making love. There is nothing wrong, provided your love making is also divine. You are
Right.
not making love as a lust. There's a lot of difference between love and lust. So a lot of people, for example, when you eat food, if you eat a slice of pizza, it is not lust. But if you eat 3 full pizzas, it is lust. So there's a difference between having obsession and having divine yearning. So that this is Prema Yoga is the ability to love every creature as you are loving God.
Yes.
Thank you. We have got Krishan and Atmatray. Who's going? Krishan, Atmatray. Yes, Atmatray, sir.
हाँ सर शिवम सर
Shivam,
सर
sir.
sir I want to ask a different not about Prema Yoga
Yeah, please,
but
you can ask any question.
okay sir thinking about SIP is Satchit
Thinking about SIP?
हाँ SIP supreme mortal के बारे में सोचना क्या यही सत के चित्त में रहना है
Thinking is not chit.
okay
Being conscious about SIP is Satchitananda. The moment you start thinking, don't use the word thinking, because
Yeah.
thinking you do not have control. You do not have control on your thoughts. But in consciousness, when you are in consciousness of SIP, suppose you are in that Prabhu ke pyar mein aisa ek nasha hai. So you are in that ananda. Huh? Ananda, Satchit Ananda, सत के चित्त में रहना हमें मिथ्य को दूर हमें करना सत के चित्त में रहना है. How do you reach that state of ananda? When you are in that sat chit. So you said just now Prabhu. Prabhu, you use the word Prabhu?
yes I
When
use
you are when you are in the you are praying to Prabhu in the form of a god, then you are only in bhakti yoga. You are not reached the state of Satchitananda.
right
So you must go beyond the murti, beyond
yes
the form.
I'm trying sir
So I'm just explaining to you. Satchit Anand, Satchit Anand. See what happens the moment we get caught with the image of God, Atmatray, then there's a limitation. Because then we get caught in rituals, we get caught in bhakti. There is some limitation in that.
correct nowadays sir I have not taking the names of gods only Sip or Prabhu
Yeah. Good. So as long as Prabhu is Sip, you use the word Prabhu for Sip, it is fine. You use the word, oh my Lord, oh my divine, oh Prabhu, oh Sip, it's fine. But the image should not come. Because the image of a God takes us backwards.
Right.
That does not mean that you should throw the murti out of your house. No. It does not mean that you should stop praying to a murti. No. But you should go beyond the murti.
It is getting difficult.
I know, but let me explain to you. This is a very important question for today's subject. So I'm explaining to you. Okay. If I am praying, for example, to Shiva, if I am praying to Shiva and Shiva and Shiva and Shiva, it is very difficult for me to love the sweeper of the temple as Shiva. It is very difficult for me to love the Archaka, the Pujari as Shiva, because he is a sevak of Shiva. So then it becomes a limitation. We start imagining that Shiva to be somebody. Have you heard? You're watching the news, latest news?
Which one?
No, I don't watch the news. You know that, but I get that headlines of the world. So now some new spy balloons have filling the atmosphere. Some over America and over China, they are finding some balloons, and now they are starting to think it is some extraterrestrial. It's some coming from outer space. Some is it to do with China and America, or some people are thinking is it some alien? Now see all these things, they take us away from the real subject. You get the point. I hope you're getting the point. What I'm saying.
Yes.
So no harm in praying to Prabhu, and Prabhu can give you Satchit Anand, provided you view Prabhu as omnipresent, as omnipotent, as don't limit your Prabhu. Don't. I was seeing one in which the Maidan, in which Maidan there was some Ram Leela Maidan. There were some religious people having some conversation, and they were talking about how all gods are one. Then those religious leaders started fighting with each other. Hey, तुम फालतू बात करता है, तुम फालतू बात करता है, तुम फालतू है, तुम useless है. So Atmatra, if we start fighting with each other in the name of God, how can we be in Satchitanand?
No, never, sir.
God is one.
Right.
God does not belong to a religion. Religion is a kindergarten. So we have to go above that. We have to go beyond that. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank
we
you.
have we have got some more questions. Anybody before we close? We have 2 minutes. 2 minutes more to close. Anybody wants a question? I saw the new gentleman. I'm forgetting. Huh? Subhinay was putting in. Subhinay, please speak, Subhinay.
Guruji, I'm audible, Guruji?
Yes, you're audible.
Guruji, first of all, thanks a lot, Guruji, for including me in your group. And Guruji, I was really looking for some sort of association with enlightened souls like you. And so I was literally trying to tread in this spiritual path, because my objective is to knowing myself, to connect with my higher self. So in that process, I am following some Western people who said that God is a vibration. We created an image of God, that God is separate from us, but God is not separate from us.
Correct.
We all have that infinite intelligence and knowledge within us, but that is in a very dormant stage, and we don't know how to ignite that. We are stuck in that egoic state of mind, and that causes the separateness. So I am trying to move in the right direction. Guruji, I need your blessings, and please help me out and include me in your team forever.
I don't give any blessings, because I am not capable of giving blessings, but I give guidance. And the guidance I give is very simple, Suvinay. If you don't get carried away by any complicated Western concept, what you are saying is absolutely right. What you're saying is not wrong. But I'm going to give you 2 tips, just 2 tips, and for you to be enlightened with this matter. Okay? Suvinay, just contemplate on your birth. When were you born, Suvinay? When were you born? Administrator, unmute. When were you born, Suvinay?
Sir, 28th November 1976, sir.
It's in your birth certificate, 20th November?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes.
Do you know that is fake?
No, it's not fake, sir.
It's fake, sir. 20th November is your day of arrival. It's not your day of birth.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay.
Tell me, when were you actually born, sir? Don't tell now. You tell me, as you are an enlightened being already. You tell me when you were actually born. You tell me, when were you conceived?
Sir, 9 months before.
Now you know the right. That is your birthday. You were born 9 months before. Who are you? You are?
Sir, I am a soul, and in this body.
I thought you will say I'm Suvinay. I just thought you will say I'm Suvinay. No, so you are right. You are a soul. 9 months before, the soul which is birthless and deathless, you are that soul. One day, will you die or you will not die?
Definitely, sir. This body will die.
You will not die.
Yeah.
Who will die?
This body.
And what people will say, where is Suvinay?
He's gone.
He's gone. So who is that who is gone? Don't call it a vibration. You are S-O-U-L. S-O-U-L means spark of unique life. S-O-U-L. Don't get complicated. Enlightenment is not a complicated subject. You come every day on this call. There are many enlightened beings on this call. I am not the special master of this call. I am just a facilitator. S-O-U-L means spark of unique life. You are that soul. You came alive, then the body is formed in your mother's womb. This body is just, it is made out of Panch Tattva. You understand Hindi, no?
Yeah, definitely, sir. Definitely.
And when we die, the body returns to Panch Tattva. This is the reality of life. To know this is called enlightenment. That's all. So come on this call every day. You are an enlightened soul already. I can see it. Please join the call every day, and then you give your inputs and ask your questions. Because, my dear friends, today is a very special day. I don't call it Valentine's Day. I call it Divine's Day. Why is it the day of the divine? Because people have called it Valentine Day. But in reality, every day is Valentine Day. There should not be a single day in your life when there is no Valentine Day. And you should love God every day. तुझको प्रभु प्यार करूं, प्रीतम को जब मैं प्यार करूं, प्रीतम तो ही है, तुझको मैं चाहता, प्यार मेरा तो है प्रेम योगा, तुझको मैं प्यार हूं करता, प्रीतम में तुझको मैं हूं पाता, होता है प्रेम योगा. You must realize that love is divine. You know the emotion of love. Do you even understand what is love? You try to find out. You Google what is love. I was seeing one very interesting Swami giving answer. What is a soulmate? Today somebody sent me a forward. What is a soulmate? And one Swami is struggling to answer. Oh, soulmate is something that we have got a special feeling. No. Soulmate is when two souls become one. When the realization that I am not this body, mind, ego, I am the soul. When two people are realized souls, and those two people who are realized souls love each other, they become soulmates. Let us realize what is the true meaning. Just calling somebody soulmate has no meaning. Are you willing to be one with that person? Body, mind, heart, and soul. When you are one with that person, body, mind, heart, and soul, you become soulmates. So today I'm sharing with you all some important things, but we will continue coming back every day at 8 to be in this beautiful journey of enlightenment together. May you have an amazing divine day. So-called Valentine Day. With folded hands, I bow down to you.